Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another 3v3 match for you. This one will be on Frontier. The last game was on Colony 426, which I forgot to mention. So this one will be on Frontier, which is a map that I rarely ever cast. However, it seems to come up quite a bit when I'm playing. So this map is, I always have a lot of trouble with this map because every base, if you guys didn't know this, I'm sure most of you do who are watching my channel, as most of you play a lot of team games. But on Colony or on Frontier, each base has two entrances, so it can be extremely difficult to keep track of, and it makes for a lot of crazy rushes and run-bys and crazy strategies. So maybe once somebody scouts, I will go ahead and just point that out, because I always forget that you can't see the unexplored territory almost at all when I end up posting the video. So you can see one ramp here in this base, and you can barely see there's another ramp here. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the players. It will be babting, the teal Zerg player. His teammates are going to be haCkFaSe again, the red Zerg, and haCkGOku, who will be the blue Terran. So it looks like these two guys, Goku and Fase, I'm assuming, are paired up and playing with a third random partner. I'm just guessing that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's always something that kind of annoyed me, how people will like get three people together and then play 4 versus 4s so that they get these really inflated looking random 4s record. It drives me absolutely crazy. Just play a 3 versus 3 game if you're going to team up with 3 people. So I don't know. Anyway, it's just it really gives a misleading win-loss ratio when you look at somebody's 3s or 4s random win-loss ratio. So that's always kind of been annoying to me. It looks like Dibz is going to be going for Hellions again. He is the orange Terran player, and his teammates will be BMSyX, the yellow Zerg, who played very well last game, and Lakers, the purple Protoss player, also played well. And this time, look at what Lakers is doing. I like this. I really like this. He's going right after a forge and getting a cannon down in his middle line. The cannon positioned so that it will be able to protect everything. It will be able to protect this whole area, and at the same time, it will not be able to be attacked from this side, as this is completely walled in. So I love this placement. I'm taking notes right now, Lakers. Thank you. And at the same time, babting will be running in with some quick Zerglings into BMSyX's base. Now I think babting may have gone for an extremely early pool. Earlier, maybe even like an 8 pool or something. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just tripping, as he is continuing to stream more and more Zerglings over here. And he's going to try and apply the pressure. It looks like now that haCkFaSe is going to be trying to attack Dibz' base here. Dibz throwing down a bunker in his mineral line, in the middle of the mineral line, but the positioning not very good and the timing pretty late on this. Now what Dibz is going to do is you see him utilizing that whole position on the on the SCVs to try and protect what I think is a Marine in here. There is a Marine in there, and he is protecting that. It's almost like a bug when you do that. It's almost like, I feel like that's, I'm not going to say that's a cheat or cheating, because I mean it's part of the game mechanics, but you think maybe that they will look at changing that at some point, because you saw what was able to happen there. The AI is not smart enough on the Zerglings to realize that it can't reach the Marine with all of these SCVs surrounding it on hold position. So and the Zerglings are too stupid to start killing the SCVs on their own. So what ends up happening is you have to start microing against each individual SCV, and it's really takes a lot of APM to make work. But nonetheless, the pressure is going to continue here, as now Fase has a ton of Zerglings and one Hellion to support. But look at BMSyX is going to quickly surround the Hellion, which is exactly what he needed to do, and now try and kill as many of these Zerglings as he can, utilizing the support of his Queen and Spinecrawler. Beautifully done by BMSyX. And now he's forcing this last Hellion to run away. A second Hellion is approaching. This Hellion could stop and fire, and that is why BMSyX is going to double back. Try and regenerate some hit points on these Zerglings as quickly as he can. Now Dibz is doing a reactor swap, it looks like. However, his timing is all screwed up since that early attack, and he had to pull all his SCVs off. And he's getting a second factory up around this corner. At the same time, Lakers has built 3 gateways, a 4th gateway on the way. So his 4 gate is going to be kicking in here very soon. And the tides of this game may turn, because there are going to be a bunch of stalkers coming out here very quickly. And those will be very effective against these Hellions. And it looks like the left team is going to try and harass Lakers' base, and he's got this beautiful setup. So we'll see how it ends up panning out, as the Hellions are going to try and get around here, but the Stalkers are blocking that off, and wisely the left team is like, uh-oh, we don't want to engage there. BMSyX is down here in position to support if he can, and looks like they're going to be content to go ahead and kill this pylon that's providing vision of that area, and a spot for him to warp units on the low ground. Stalkers are going to come up here and try and pick off as many Zerglings as they can, but Zerglings Hellions are going to run back into BMSyX's base, and the Infernal Pre-Igniter is finished for haCkGOku, and he is just wreaking havoc with the blue flame right now, just torching drones. Drones have no chance right now. They're going to go ahead and just mine as much as they can, because there's no way they can survive. Dibz bringing some Hellions down to try and poke at this army and then run away, as he is desperately way behind. He is way behind on his pre-igniter. It doesn't really mean that he's desperately behind. He's desperately trying to catch up from that early harassment. Now Dibz is up against it. All these Hellions are going to die, and all these Zerglings are just swarming his base. He's got this back area completely walled off. He's going to need to pull SCVs off to start repairing. Problem is, with all these Hellions just covering that is going to be extremely difficult to do. And so what is the left team going to do? They have the advantage right now, but they have to take advantage of their advantage while they have it, because here comes the Stalkers from Lakers, and they're going to pick off quite a few of these Hellions, make it only a couple. But the Zerglings have broken through the supply depot and are into the mineral line for Dibz, but he's got that bunker. His last-ditch defense, the bunker, is back here. And he actually has a couple of SCVs in the bunker as well. He is also getting a starport, and a Banshee is on the way, and now BMSyX. I mean, there's no way he can come back in this game right now. He does have 300 minerals banked, so he may be trying to rebuild at a later time once the once Lakers and Dibz can field a larger army, and he'll be able to survive. I'm not sure. There's a good chance that BMSyX may just go ahead and send his minerals away to his teammates. Still is holding on to those minerals, so we'll see how that pans out. But Goku, so many Hellions right now, is going to do the best he can to kill some of these probes before the Stalkers can get over there. But Lakers should be able to defend his main pretty nicely from the Zerglings and Hellions for a while. And he has left this big army up here to Dibz' base to allow him to get back into this game. And BMSyX he's got to be careful. He doesn't have any drones left, so if he wants to, no, he did go ahead and send his minerals away. So yeah, that is a done deal. BMSyX is going to just go ahead and use overloads for vision and probably try and help micro as best he can somebody's army. We'll see if he ends up doing that. As Lakers Stalkers getting surrounded here by a bunch of Zerglings. One of them will survive because the reinforcements have arrived. I feel like I'm rhyming all over the place on accident, so maybe I've got some subconscious thing going on, but it looks like there's ping going off at babting's base. He has all these spine crawlers protected by the hatcheries and evolution chambers. He is just now finishing Carapace level 1. And also Siege Tech is on the way for Goku and Marauders, so he is definitely preparing for a mass Stalker and preparing to fight these Stalkers. And now Lakers is going for that blink, and Lakers and Dibz are going to press the issue here. They do have an advantage right now in army composition, and with Banshees and Blue Flame Hellions and a bunch of Stalkers, they're going to try and make something happen here and do some damage. They got to even the field right now, because right now it is a 3 versus 2. There's even a Raven out here for Goku, and if he's not careful, that Raven could go down, but the blink has not finished, so Lakers will not be able to catch up to that just yet. But look at haCkFaSe's base. This is completely exposed right now, and whoever starts in this location usually ends up getting screwed. But look at Lakers using the Stalkers to try and block this ramp off as best he can, but it looks like the Zergling's able to break through just a little bit and get a surround. I should definitely not be calling that a surround. They're breaking through a little bit and got a little bit of a concave, but that wasn't going to do much. There's way too many Stalkers on the field, and now with the Banshees in the air, that is going to spell trouble. And I don't think that, no, cloaking has not been researched, and it is not on the ways for Dibz, so he's leaving himself an out to be able to change tech if he needs to. haCkFaSe's base in a ton of trouble, and here comes the reinforcements. Babting desperately trying to stream Zerglings in here, but that was a terrible idea, sending those Zerglings all by their lonesome. He needs to use those Zerglings to cover Goku's units down here, and that is the problem when you team up with 2 people and you get a random third, is you're not all on the same page. As you can see, Babting again sending Zerglings down into this army, and Lakers could just turn around and kill these, which is exactly what he's doing now, trying to utilize that blink to keep as many Stalkers alive as he possibly can. So Babting is sort of sending Zerglings to their death right now, and we'll see what he ends up trying to do. And looks like Lakers and Dibz are going to try and press the Terran base now. Lakers with all of these Stalkers. Gotta be careful, so many Marauders right here, and a point defense drone is really gonna put the hurt on these Stalkers. A great tech switch here from Goku. We'll see if he can stay alive though, because the Banshees and Hellions are also down here. And look at Lakers blinking in here. I don't know if that was the best idea, blinking into these Marauders. There's still too many Marauders. The Marauders are going to clean up all of the Stalkers. However, at the same time, Dibz has gotten his Hellions around the backside and is torching up all of the SCVs. He needs to focus these Hellions on these SCVs right now. I wonder if he is preoccupied elsewhere with something. He's got all of these Banshees up in here, doing some serious damage. So it looks like Goku's base is totally screwed at this point. More Stalkers are on the way for Lakers. He is trying to expand now, and Dibz, will see if he tries to get a command center pretty soon. He has lots of minerals banked and has queued up all kinds of Hellions. He's throwing down a couple of supply depots because he is supply blocked all of a sudden. Gonna send some Hellions, it looks like, up to this base, and uh-oh, completely undefended natural expansion up here, and oh, Dibz, he's running into the main. Bad idea. He's gonna run right into all these spine crawlers. He could have ran these Hellions right into this base and killed all those drones. Unfortunately for Dibz, it looks like he was paying attention to something else. Oh, it looks like these Vikings finally made it out for Goku and killed all of the Banshees. Wow, Goku survived that. Unbelievable. I may have to actually go back right now. I rarely do this, but I got to go back because I thought that his base was completely in shambles. And you can see the Vikings were coming out that I did not realize, and Vikings cleaning this up. So a great job by Goku staying alive, throwing down this turret in the back, and Lakers trying to use these Blink Stalkers to finish the job, but he's not going to be able to. Too many Marauders on the field. So Goku staying alive. And I promise I won't break into more song on this one. I won't break into staying alive, as I am going to have to, sorry there, Earthmaster, I'm going to have to go busy because I forgot to. The problem is that if I watch a replay that's like older than even a couple weeks ago, it like makes me log off. So then when I log back in and do the next replay, I forget that I'm no longer set to busy. And then you guys get to see all my friends popping on and off during the cast. Anyway, it looks like Dibz was sending his Hellions down here, but there's really nothing doing down there. But haCkFaSe, he's saying, you know what, I am not done in this game. I'm going to try and get back in this game and throw down an expansion at the high yield location. But Lakers, with the nicely placed proxy pylon, will be able to, he will see that when it starts to kick in, and we'll be able to warp units right down into it. And so I don't think that base is ever going to get up and running. And so, whew, I think I have a chance to catch my breath here for a second while we watch the spawning pool die. And Vikings are going to be sneaking around the top here for Goku. And I wonder what he's going to do with these Vikings. Possibly try and do some harassment where he can send these Vikings in and land them in a mineral line. However, he doesn't realize that Dibz has not even expanded yet. And, whoa, gotta be careful there, Goku, landing a couple of Vikings right inside of a bunch of Hellions. Hellions not effective against landed Vikings, but when you outnumber them 8-4, and when you look at how many actually landed, only like 2 of them, that is a huge advantage. So he's going to lift those off and just scout around and be really annoying. Now Lakers, it looks like, may have noticed this going down because he has all of these Stalkers up here. He's going to see the creep starting to appear there, but he is pulling back with these. It looks like he may be trying to intercept some of these Vikings with his Stalkers. However, he hasn't utilized the blink yet to try and catch them. And if he blinks over this way, he will be able to catch those Vikings, but it looks like he is going to miss them. And he's going to meet up with Dibz here in the middle of the map and try and secure this area. Goku, now with a siege tank and a couple more siege tanks on the way, is going to be breaking these rocks down. It looks like he wants to try and wants to try and pressure Lakers base around this side, or did he notice this pylon? He's going to break this wall and then not go up it. So I guess it will help him in the future to be able to kill this pylon once they realize it's there, which they should now. As you see these units coming down here, but at the same time, a nice diversionary tactic there by Lakers. He drew down Goku's army all the way to the bottom, and at the same time, pressing with Hellions, Marines, 1 Banshee, and a million Stalkers onto babting's natural expansion. babting trying to stream down a million Zerglings, but guess what? There is a bunch of Infernal Pre-Igniter Hellions right there for Dibz to take care of that in 2 seconds. And this base is completely screwed. And Goku kicking himself right now. What is he going to do? He's got to try and make a counterattack, because it is about to become a 2 against 1 if he doesn't make something happen. It looks like Goku a little bit indecisive with this army, and at the same time, Dibz and Lakers wreaking havoc on babting's base. Look at Dibz' APM going absolutely berserk there for a minute, just killing this base. So anyway, I'm jealous of all these guys' APM, but that is enough about that. As this base, babting is completely screwed. He's going to try and run away these drones. It looks like not noticing that that's happening is Lakers. Now Dibz is going to say, oh, you want to run some drones away? Yeah, that's going to really work against my million Pre-Igniter Hellions. And he's got to be careful though, because here comes Goku's army of tanks and marauders that will just eat these Hellions for breakfast. Dibz needs to pull the Hellions back, and now he is starting to do so, but the excuse me, that a concussive shell is preventing that retreat, and now Lakers blinking in with a bunch of Stalkers. Marauders just tearing up the Stalkers. Oh my god, Goku just annihilated that entire army, showing you the power of army composition. babting, it looks like, is going to go ahead and leave the game because he is going to be a party pooper here. He doesn't have much going for him, so I think I was correct initially that babting is the random teammate, because I think this game came right after the previous game, actually. So apparently Lakers does have Psystorm, and I'm surprised at that. I did not see that coming, so I have been paying way too much attention to the micro and the action and not the tech routes. But there is a Psystorm ready. And he does not have enough. He does have enough energy on this one right here. And there goes the scan, going to reveal this army composition. So Goku's got to be really careful. He's going to have to use these tanks wisely. It looks like a couple of Stalkers were able to pick off a low hit point tank. And now Goku deciding better, doesn't want to press this with these Archons and Stalkers, and High Templars are going to be very strong against all these Marauders. And so Goku, man, he is just, it looks like haCkFaSe actually he's back up in this game, sort of. And so we'll see what he can make happen. But Goku really needs to have perfect positioning to make it happen, to make anything happen in this game. As Dibz is going to try and trap him. Dibz and Lakers are trying to trap his army in here. They're attacking from both sides. Dibz has 1 siege tank, but Lakers with the majority of the forces here trying to bring up the High Templars. Could the Psystorms go down? Goku desperately trying to shoot and scoot and run away, and the Psystorms are coming down on the Marauders. So much damage being dealt right there, and now the Stalkers should be able to clean up the Vikings. Desperately sieging up some tanks here in the back, but too little too late there for Goku. And now the left team is up against it. However, the right team doesn't have much of an army to speak of. If we check on the supply, the army supply here, Lakers and Dibz, actually, they have a pretty huge advantage over Goku, and most of that is because haCkFaSe doesn't have anything. So, I mean, it looks like the right team is definitely going to take this game at this point because they have a huge advantage, but Goku does have 3 bases, make it 2 real mining bases, as opposed to the team on the right, each only have 1 mining base. But haCkFaSe looks like he got another sneaky expansion up here, but that was scouted. So Dibz is going to go ahead and take care of that. And I see somebody talking about ghosts. Are there ghosts on the field that I did not notice? Because I could, that would be a great play for Goku right now. If he had those ghosts a little bit earlier, though, it would have made a bigger difference. But it doesn't look like he is going to be getting those ghosts. And I think, okay, there is a cloaking field going down for Goku. So that cloaking field is for the Banshees, not for personal cloaking for ghosts. So Goku trying to make a late tech switch to Banshees and utilize cloaking to gain an advantage. I'm not sure how big of a deal or big an advantage it will be, but Dibz right now with no energy on that command center, but he does have 2 other orbital commands now, and he has this high yield mineral location kicking in. Lakers at the same time trying to take this location, and so the right team really using their advantage right now to macro up and get their economies exactly where they need to be to finish Goku off, because he has been doing a brilliant job staying alive in this game, with primarily because of his great army composition. So we'll see if he can make this work for much longer. I don't see him being able to hold out in this game again. But this position, for example, is going to be extremely difficult to break with just about anything. So with all these Marauders and tanks here, and no real air units for the right team, there is still 1 Banshee, but that is really not much. However, the macro power of Lakers and Dibz combined is probably going to prove to be too much here. Now the cloak has been revealed and the Banshee is for Goku. So now Dibz knows to save some of that energy for scans when he needs. As you see the scan going off right there. It looks like Dibz and Lakers want to end this. They're going to go ahead and press the issue. Here comes the giant battle, and sieging up these tanks just a little bit late was Goku. But looks like just way too many units here for Lakers and Dibz. So Goku will not be able to hang on, and now that his whole army is defeated, Goku has left the game. GG's around, and that is going to do it for this game. So that was pretty exciting. I mean, the beginning of that game was super intense, and the right team was really in trouble, but they managed to stay alive. Just staying alive, and well, except for BMSyX, he was pretty much a spectator for most of that game. As you can tell, his average APM, I don't think he was really controlling any of these armies. I wasn't paying close enough attention to that, but I think BMSyX was sort of cheering from the sideline. But the right team, again, great job. As soon as they lost BMSyX as a teammate, they had to do some damage. They managed to take out haCkFaSe's base and prevented him from reestablishing anything, and then babting up here, not playing that well, to be straight up honest, sending some Zerglings to their death earlier in the game, and actually multiple times sending Zerglings to their death. Babting, if he had gone for a tech switch, things would probably be very, very, very different in this game. But nonetheless, very exciting. And now, unfortunately, I am going to have to get back to my lab report writing. It is crunch time, and they're all due in a couple of days, so I have a bunch more to get to. But one more thing, if anybody's still listening, I've been thinking about maybe doing a couple of 1v1 games here and there. Some of the players that have been sending me the top level team games have sent me a couple of their 1v1 games, and I know most of you guys come to my channel for team games, but I thought it might be fun to watch some of our familiar faces play against some of the top 1v1 players. So I might go ahead and cast a game or two of 1v1. So anyway, that is going to do it for me. This is IrieStarcraft, and thank you Dibz again for sending me this game, and peace out.